Okay, I know we're live, but I have to wait till this comes on because, anyway, I'll tell you in a second. Hold on. Oh, right here. Turn this on. Oops. There we go. And haha. There. Okay, let me see. There's a delay in the live, so I have to check the frame. Okay. I think I'm there. I'm trusting that you're seeing, because okay. Let's see. First of all, this is Frank Diorio from Diorama works out. Okay, let's start over. Okay, welcome to my first ever week in review. Frank Diorio here from dioramaworkshop.com, and when I was doing my counting videos and the other videos with the camera flipped on the other side, where I could see the screen, everything is mirrored. So when you're looking at the decals, or when you were looking at me working on the computer screen, it was flipped and all screwed up. So I learned that I have to use this camera. But now the problem is that I can't see what I can't see if I'm in frame, if I'm off frame. So I'm using my iPad, which is over here, and that way I can see that it's working, except that there's a delay. So if I'm seeing the iPad and I'm correct and I'm like this, but anyway, you get it. I'm ranting on. That's what old people do. So anyhow, welcome to the first week in review. I just wanted to say, like many of you know, I retired from movie special effects, visual effects last year. So no more 80-hour weeks for me. And pretty much of the Alzheimer nightmare and lawyer nightmare and all these things is behind me now. I left the big city, moved to a small coastal town near the ocean, and so now I have lots and lots of free time to get back into the hobby. So that's what we're going to talk about today, and I made my little points there so that I try to keep on track, but I might be ranting on and off because that's what I do and that's what my friends love about me. So anyhow, I guess it was a bullet point later on, but I guess I'll talk about it now because you might see my outfit that I have on today. And that's because a year ago, this weekend, we were in Orlando with my team and I miss you guys. It's like, I can't believe it's been a year already, but we were here. Let me see if I can, okay, I have to, with the delay, it's a bit smaller, but we were at the oh no, that's up there. We were at the Diorama workshop. Oh no, that's the Bespin one. That's from 2 years ago. The one we were last year is this one. Okay, see, these are the pins we had made for the swag, but okay, let me start over. Last year we were here. We were at the Death Star Diorama workshop in Orlando. I don't know if it'll get blurry or close up, but anyhow. And we had our little Hot Wheels trench run over here. And this is our outfit. We had our t-shirt. This is the t-shirt we had made. So with the Death Star plans, because obviously we were making the Death Star. And I don't think you can see it, but I incorporated all of the people's names inside the pattern. So it was kind of like as a wink surprise to them, to thank them. And then we have all of the pins or the buttons that we gave away from Mattel Hot Wheels. So we had like all these different buttons that we made when the people won the races. We had the little winners button, and with the winners button they got to go to the Mattel booth and actually sit in a life-size Hot Wheels car. So that was really cool. And what else? We have a people counter that we never used. And Scott made these cool 3D printed badges that all the core crew wore. And this indicated every celebration that we worked at. So since I started at celebration 2, so I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then next year when we go where we don't know yet, I'm assuming it's Anaheim, but you can't guarantee. I'm not swearing on that. It's just pure speculation at this point. I'm not spilling anything. But, you know, before it was Anaheim, Orlando, and so since last year was in Orlando and Star Wars Land is opening next year, there's great chances that it'll be Anaheim, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed because I do want to go to Star Wars Land. So this little red thing will be replaced with the number 9. And so when you come see us, this is how you're able to see what, how many conventions the crew helped me with. And most of them, Jamie has helped me since the second one. And then a lot of them have helped me since 3, 4, and 5. So like 10 more years that I've known these people. So it's really like a family, and it's like camp getting back together. So I'm really excited about next year. And what I'm also excited is that now that I'm retired and I have the time to get back in the hobby that I really love, and being able to put even the website back on track, which is the first thing that we'll talk about. And I'll start flipping the camera around in a little while. Was that this week, one of the important things was the relaunch of the new design for my website. So let's turn the camera around. There we go. I'll dim some lights so that in case that there's reflections, I don't want to have the reflections. So there we go, like that. Okay. Now, hey Damien, oh, I'm seeing people comment, but it's hard for me to read. I'm going to try to follow at the same time, but you know, I'm still not an expert at these live things, so it's like if I skip you, I apologize in advance. I don't mean to be rude or anything like that, but you know, maybe by the summer, and I've done a couple of dozen of these, then we'll understand how it works. Oh dear, screensaver. Okay, so first thing, new website design. I'm really thrilled about this. It took me since February that I've been learning how WordPress works, and I redesigned everything to be more modern, to be more social media interactive and different things like that. So that's what's really cool. And I've been spending the last couple of weeks, the first post that you've been seeing obviously is mostly activation of all the page categories and all the stuff like that. So I'm not going to do a huge run through on every page on the site, because I think I want to do a separate video for that, of like showing you like welcome to the site and sort of give you a guided tour or whatever. But see, what I was doing in the past was that, say you went over here into the conventions menu. So what you'd see is see the conventions and then read up. Here's convention number 2, convention number 3, convention number 4, all the different things we've done in the past 15 plus years. So if you went and clicked, say, on one of these, well, the page is open and the link is open, but you will see that if you scroll down, there's no content. There's nothing here yet. And that will be filling up over time. And in the summer, everything should be there, you know, for you to see. So you'll start understanding that. But this week I did start uploading real content, so you're going to be able to start seeing what the site is going to look like once it's like fully activated. So if I go for an example, if I go to gallery, I go to Diorio Dioramas, okay, I click on that and see now there's content that's appeared. And so I've started putting some of my classic Nyub Nyub, which was my first website, Nyub Nyub's Universe, for those who have been around as long as I have. And so if you click, say, on one of them, and then it'll open to that page, and then you'll see this was created in September 1999. That's a long time ago. And so you'll see that in this, there's 6 photos in the gallery, so you could click on one and it'll open, and then you use the little arrow things to go see, there's the Droidicas. And so these are a little lower resolution because it's pictures from before high-speed internet and different things. So these photos were actually maybe this size when they were on the original site. And so that's why I had to blow them up a little bit and to fit them in the new design. But I thought it's better to see them than not at all. And so that's how this works, right? And then if I go back over here, if I click the back button, I don't want to get too much ahead of it. The thing I like is these, and the reason I picked these themes, peak theme, is that you have all these little orange buttons there. These are category buttons. So within the Diorio gallery, you have cinema comparisons, you have classic Nyub Nyub, you have Diorio HD dioramas, for example. And so when you click on one, once that there's going to be hundreds and hundreds of these photos and you get all confused, when you click on one and you say, oh, I only want to see cinema comparisons, you click on that and see the other ones disappear. I only want to see Nyub Nyub, zoop, that appears. I only want to see high-res pictures, and it goes like that. You click twice, everything comes back. So it's really cool. Plus, I like the way that it does the little animation. Give me some animation, some lights and things, and I get all excited. So anyhow, so you're seeing that some of the content is there. So I did put some of that. I did put some of these high def dioramas. My Back to Tank, which is one of my favorite. This was from 2010 convention that when we did the Hoth Echo Base, people actually built this in their home. So then you have a combination of high res that fills the screen, images like this, and it's really cool to, even for me to, since I'm refilling, if that's the right word or right way to say it, since I'm re-updating the site with some older pictures and then coming this summer with new fresh new content, it's fun for me to look back at these photos that I haven't seen in several years. So it makes me smile as much as you're smiling seeing them again or seeing them for the first time. And then you have the widescreen, what I call widescreen over here, photos, which is cropped like the movie in 235 Panavision. So it gives you more the impression that you're watching movie stills. So when you look at that really quick on your screen, you wouldn't know that it's toys. That's how I'm having fun with. This was one of the first dioramas that I tried to get really movie accurate, even though it's just stickers and plain walls. But when you look at it like this, and then you see it in the format of the Panavision widescreen, then it makes it even more movie-like. And then, of course, I didn't write this scene. I'm just recreating it. A lot of people find this really creepy, seeing two action figures kiss. But I love it. It's like exactly like in the movie. It looks like the film, and I love Chewbacca's expression. You'll see if you go online and you see it in better resolution than the video, you'll understand why. But anyway, I just love that. And so so you have that, and then I'm not going to show you all of them, but then you have the cinema comparisons, which I like, which is basically the series where I take the movie still, which is at the bottom, and then I try to take the same camera angle and the same diorama, obviously from the same scene, to compare it. So when you look quickly, you go like, oh, which one is the toys? Is this the toy? Is this the movie? Or back and forth. And as you can see, like, it's pretty close. There's some little things that I would have changed. This was made, I think, in 2000 or something. 2001 is when I made that. So this just goes to show you 2001 is still a long time. So I'm excited to get back into making new scenes, but I'm putting all the stuff that was there before, and some of you who are just discovering the site now and stuff, and even the older people, it's funny. It's funner. That's not even a real word, but it's cool to see them again in full screen and better resolution. So that's neat for that. And one of the other things this week in recap, we're in the gallery, so I might as well do that. One thing that I'm really, really, really excited is the return of the visitors gallery. So at my old site, Nyub Nyub's Universe, I think I still have it. Yeah, here's my old site, my first site. If I go to visitors menu, and I go to, where was it? Visitor menu here. See, we had, if I go, we had like all of these different people. I had over 100 visitors that submitted pictures of their own diorama collections and diorama displays. So all of this, I'm hoping to get back into the current dioramaworkshop.com site. And the very first person who submitted photos, I am thrilled to say, was David Stiles, and he submitted the Mon Mothma Calamari briefing room. And so when you click on it, you'll be able to look at the photos on the site. But see, you have visitor gallery now. So it has, if you submit your photos, you'll have the links with your email, whatever you want to share with the public. If you don't want to share your email with the public, I won't post it. But he has a Facebook page that you can visit and his phone number, because I think he makes dioramas for people if they want to do custom videos or scenes. So this is just like in my gallery. You click on the picture and then you can scroll through and see all of the things that he does. I say he, but it would be you, because if you submit your photo, this would be your photo. So I'm hoping that I'll have the opportunity for the visitor gallery to grow just as much as it was in the late 90s, early 2000s with my first site. So this obviously section cannot grow without your help, so I'm hoping that many of you will submit your photos to share, and we try to inspire more and more people to come and join the hobby, right? And so that's tutorials. And then the other thing that I added also is that if you go to Star Wars, I have started to put the first decals. So this is something that fans love from my site and from what we have done in the past, and what I'm going to be keeping on doing is basically all of the sticker sheets, the decals that we offered either at the conventions or that on scenes that I built here at home will be put back up on the site for all of you to use. And for your home use, I like to specify, I hope that you're not going to be using my decals to build scenes and sell them on eBay. That would make me very sad. And I know I can't control what goes out there, but I'm hoping that you will respect my wishes for that. And most of the people do. So here in this specific diorama, or decal sheets catalog, you have 15 sheets. So if you want to see what it looks like close up, you can click on one of the decals and it shows you this is what it looks like. And you can do that for all of the different sheets. And if you want to print this at home, the cool thing that I'm doing this year that wasn't existing before is that I'm creating PDF documents, which means that instead in the past old design of the website, if you wanted this, you had to click on the high res, then you had to save it to your desktop, then you had to click on the next one, click on the high res link, click on save it on the desktop, then print each one, and it was like a lot of hassle and it was just like a big mess. So now you click on this one cover and it opens a PDF form, and the PDF does two things. The first thing is that it groups everything together, which is cool. So here you have all of the different pages. So all 15 pages are all together over here. And these are the actual 8 by 11.5 sheet prints. And when you're in a PDF, you can just say print page 2 only, or print page 5, or print 10 copies of page 1, or that's up to you what you want to do. But when you download it using these little icons here at the top, your computer might be a bit different, but mine has a little printer. If I want to print this directly here from the site, I can do that. There's a little download button. If I want to download this PDF to my computer to save it in a folder for Frank Decals or whatever for your future use, you can do that as well. And so that's the cool thing about that. And the best thing about PDF is that one of the things that people really bothered them, I'm going to flip so I could look at you a little bit, was that when they would go to print, I would get a lot of emails and things from people saying, oh, when I look at your instructions and I go to print the decals, they're not the same size. They come out smaller or bigger. So that's what happens when I used to save them in JPEG. With JPEG images, your computer doesn't necessarily make it print the exact size and that I was using at home. So with PDF, it makes it 100% accurate for all of the computers. So you should avoid this problem and you should be able to have everything work perfectly going forward. So that's one of the cool things in that feature. Let's flip back onto the screen and then go to where was I? Okay, that's the PDF. I closed this. And the other thing that I had in the tutorials is the making ofs, which are going to be coming back. And you have to give me time to put them up. It's going to take a little while, but once they're all up, then I'm going to be starting putting new content this summer, which is going to be a lot of fun. So this basically just tells you the rating of the people and different things, but I think I'm going a bit too much in detail and sidetracking away from the week in review here. So anyhow, this is basically the making of thing, and you go step 5, step 6, step 7, and then you're able to like recreate what I did at home in your own home using everything from in the tutorials, the different things and whatnot. So that is that, and yeah. So since we are here, let me see. I'm going to go down my list. I'm going to turn on. Let me flip this and turn the light back on. Okay, now I'm going back here like this. Okay, I'm assuming I'm looking at the thing. I see the delay. Okay, so next on my list of what I wanted to talk about. Counting Vaders. Yeah, so the last week we did the Counting Vaders video. And that was a lot of fun. And I found a way to save the videos that you see live. So that's the fun part for if you're able to come like this one, seeing it live. You're watching it now before everyone else. But I found a way to download what we're watching now live to the computer so that I can put it in iMovie and then put it on my YouTube channel. So if you missed today's broadcast, you might be watching this on the YouTube channel instead, which is still cool. Hello, YouTube fans. And but obviously, if you watch it live, you see it before everyone else. And if I make a blunder while you see it, I don't know. I don't think I'd edit it out because that's just me. It makes me be me saying stupid things. And so I probably would leave it in. And yeah, so we did Counting Vaders. People seem to enjoy seeing that, and I'm kind of curious to know how many figures are in my collection. And I'm thinking at least, so far we had like 178, I think, Clone Troopers, close to 80 Darth Vaders, and 50-some R2 units. So that's just 3, and so we're counting more. I must have at least 10,000 figures or something. And then if you count $10 each, if you round it off, it's like, I don't even want to think how much money I spent in the last 40 years. But anyhow, so yeah, counting is a lot of fun. And we're going to be doing a new video. And actually, if I did put a graphic, well, let's spin this back to show you. The next one we're going to be doing is Rebel Troopers. So we're going to be counting Rebel Troopers I don't know. Usually I did it on Sundays, but now I'm doing this and it's Sunday, so I don't know, do 2 live videos at the same time. I think I'm going to put a poll and find out from you guys what day is the best day to film live videos that you can watch. Sometimes maybe Sundays you're busy, maybe Friday nights, but Friday nights you might be going to movies or Saturday afternoon or something like that. So I'm going to try to find out. Send me in the comments below here or send me an email. You can always send me email at dioramaworkshop.com@gmail.com and let me know. I think that if you do, live videos on this hour, different things, it would work better. So anyway, that's going to be the next count. If you look at the latest news, either on the website or on the Facebook accounts, my Facebook page, you'll be able to find out when the next live video is anyhow. So that's the Counting Stormtroopers things. Next up on my thing is a Solo trailer happened this week. I ate my words. Those of you who did not see my trailer reaction, the video is up on my YouTube channel. You can backtrack and watch that. I have to say that before this trailer, I hated everything Solo movie. I don't know. I was very negative on the casting of this guy. I've never seen him before. I didn't think he had the charisma of Harrison Ford, obviously. And anyhow, I saw the trailer. I watched it live with you guys. You could see the reaction, and I was just blown away. I was not expecting it to be so good. I don't know if it's because I love Chewbacca so much and all the chewy things made me smile, and that's going to be the redemption of the movie for me. But the interaction between him, you know, the actor playing Han and Chewie were pretty funny and without being too corny. And so anyway, now apart from the casting of the Game of Thrones girl, who I still find that looks, even her design and her costume, just like the Jurassic Park girl there. What's her name? Laura Dern. The Dern character in Last Jedi, she looked more like something from Hunger Games than Star Wars, and so I wasn't really into her look. And so the look of the Game of Thrones girl, plus the fact she wasn't very good in the Terminator movie and any other movie that I've seen. I love her in Game of Thrones, but anyhow, I'm talking in circles. Just go watch the other video, the trailer reaction, Solo trailer reaction, and you'll get a better understanding. But to recap, just to say I was blown away by this trailer, and I'm 180 degrees completely pivoted around, and actually I am now excited to go see this film, and I might actually enjoy it. So anyway, I'm happy for that. And speaking of Solo, this week was what I call Caca Solo Toy Day, because on Friday was supposed to be the release of all the new toy yellow packaging with the Solo and all the different things. So I actually made a trip to town to go to Toys R Us. Toys R Us in Canada is still open as opposed to the States where it's bankrupt and closed. There's no plans that I know of for Toys R Us Canada to close. But after Caca Friday, where they had not one new Solo toy, nothing, not one yellow package. It was very disappointing, and they had full of, you know, Last Jedi product, but it's all product I don't buy. So it was a lot of 6-inch stuff, and that's way too expensive in Canada. Here it's like $30 plus tax for one figure. That makes no sense. I'm going to spend $300 on 10 figures, and then no way. And then plus I have so many thousands of the 3-inch figures. I'm not going to rebuy everything in 6-inch. It's just not going to work. So anyhow, I was really pissed off. Then I drove to Walmart's, 2 different Walmarts, and again Caca Friday, nothing there, and except roses, lots of roses, and I might have I know there's some roses lying around here somewhere, but anyhow. Too many roses. That's all they had. I was really disappointed. So I saw that online. A lot of people had the same experiences in their own stores. So I guess it's just not necessarily only, you know, here in Canada, in New Brunswick. So some say that they're going to be stocking during the week. So next week, I'll be talking about it in next week's review, but next week is the release of my new God of War for PlayStation. I'm really excited about that. And so I'll be going back and doing another, you know, toy visit there, and hopefully I'll get some, you know. I do know from my friend Jose, who told me that he did send me a box of something, so I might have something to show you next week, in next week's review, but yeah, so I'm excited, waiting for the mailman. We'll just see what happens with that. Okay, so that's Caca Toy Friday. And then 1 year ago celebration, well, I talked to you already about that. Let's see. I'm obviously going to be putting online all the footage and all of the different days from all of the conventions. I had a few of the early conventions up, and obviously because of real life and working in film and all the different things like that, I never had the time to really put all the coverage that we had filmed with all the hundreds of hours and photos to show what the crew, what it takes for the crew to create these workshops for you guys. So it's just a question of trying to get that up now, and now I have the time, so it will be up there. So you will see what we did last year and in all of the previous years, including a lot of video that will be on the YouTube channel as well. So I'm really happy about that. And speaking of video, let me flip the camera on. I have two little sneak peeks, I guess I could say, if I want to call it that, to show you that I put on the screen. So I'm going to reflip this over here. I shall dim the lights there and turn that light off also. Okay, and if I close this window, okay, there's two little, here, I might as well close this too. I have two little quick times that I wanted to show you. So this is a video I did in my last workshop. Here, I rewind this to the beginning. And these are the prototype Death Star tiles that I designed at home. That obviously I have to design all the prototypes here before we bring them to the convention to make sure that when you're building at the convention, you're not actually making a big mess and nothing works the way it's supposed to. So we have months and months of preparation, which brings me, again, I'm ping-ponging sideways to what I'm saying, but there's a convention coming up next year, and since I have a live new site now, you'll be seeing a lot of these prototypes and pre-designs before the show on the site, so lots of coverage should be coming up that you're going to see as I design and progress, and the months that it takes to prepare a show like that. So anyway, going back to this from last year, my idea was to create turrets that would spin and have these little TIE fighters. These are little 3D printed TIE fighters that our friend Scott, or one of our crew, longtime crew members, built at home. And what I did, I'll push play. What I did is I mounted as a test on a turntable. I still have my turntable. And so this would make, like in those amusement parks, this would make your TIE fighters fly over the Death Star surface, like you saw in the movie. So when you film with the camera, you'd be able to follow the movement that you were going to see towards the end of the video there, and you'd be able to make it look like it was in the movie. So here you're going to see this soon in my old workshop before the big move last year. This was in Montreal, this workshop. So I'm going to be starting rotating on the TIE fighter soon, and you're going to see how it gives you the illusion. Now the TIE fighter is all motion blurred, but now here, see, you start following the TIE fighter stays a bit more in focus, and then you would see the background moving. So that was my prototype. And then the other surprise I want to show you is my video. This is the first video from the convention last year. This is behind the scenes. This was the day before public day, and we partnered with Mattel and Hot Wheels for the first time, and they gave us car ships that we gave away to the kids, like I mentioned at the beginning, and different things like that. And here you'll see Duke, that's me, and then you have Chris, and then Alyssa and all the other people coming by, and this is our inside our war room. But so the idea was that we were having Death Star Hot Wheel races down the Death Star trench. So this was we installed the track, and you'll see the table is bare minimum because obviously it's the day before. There was no construction by the fans, so it's far from what it looked like 4 days later when everything was built. And so this is the first ever, I have to turn the sound on. This is the first ever showing of this clip that will eventually be edited and shown on YouTube, but I'm showing it to you now. And this is the first test to see if the racetracks were going to work and if we were going to have a disaster on our hands. So I'm going to push play here and let you enjoy this. Okay, you ready? Put this. Also, if the height is correct, to know if it goes all the way to the end, right? Okay, are you ready? Mark, you ready on your end?
3.
Is the little button on for the thing? Yeah?
3.
But it's still off, eh?
It's okay, I'll see it.
Yeah, okay.
3.
Okay, wait, are we ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Wait, 5. 5.
5.
4.
3.
3, 2, 1, go! So there you go. That was a little peek. Let me turn this back on, turn the lights on. And there we go. So that made me smile actually, because I haven't seen that in a long time until I tried to dig it up to find it this morning. And yeah, so that was a year ago this weekend that we were doing that. And this will all be online on YouTube very soon. Hopefully, I always say the summer because now we're in April and I am doing uploads daily and working really hard. I'm going to keep doing these live office cams for those who want to see the Photoshop graphics and all the different things ahead of time. It's basically watching me as if you were spying in the room. You know, it's nothing very exciting to some of my friends, like Greg says it's like watching paint dry and he'd rather peel his nails off his fingers. But okay, he didn't say that part, but I think he'd prefer doing that than watching me doing the live videos. Anyhow, so yeah, I'll be doing lots of that, lots of more social media interaction like I'm seeing here. I think you guys like that. At least I know that I'm getting lots of comments saying that you're happy to see me back online and in full form and different things. And, you know, after like long stretches of months without any content updates and different things like that. So it's all good. It's all going to be like a lot of fun and you're going to see about that. So that's a celebration a year ago. So I'm getting these beeps and stuff from people. I cannot see because the phone is flipped again. I'll have to check later. But anyway, someone just posted a post. I apologize. I am not super savvy yet on doing live responses to what you are commenting on because I can't see it, and now my iPad is super far away. I see that I'm framed okay, but anyhow. Okay, and what's left? Next, counting Rebel Troopers. I already talked about that. And I put the poll for when it's best for the live videos. I did that as well. So, yeah, that pretty much sums up what we did, or what I did this past week. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. My goal is to try every Sunday to do a weekend review and talk about what I did that week and what's coming up and different things like that. I'm going to be trying to intermix, do some Q&A videos or different things. If you have questions or different things you want me to answer to you or whatnot, you could send me the email again for the website is dioramaworkshop.com@gmail.com. Simple as that. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So I think I'm done with this first ever weekend review for the newly redesigned dioramaworkshop.com. It's great to see all of you. I'm happy to do this. I'm happy to have the time to do it. And so, yeah, so I'm going to stop now. I'm going to edit this, post it on YouTube so that others can see it later tonight. And yeah, I guess that's it. Okay, talk to you later, guys. Ciao.